We were learning to understand the social services system that operates not just in Mon County, but in the state of West Virginia. And one of the presenters was a woman from the DHHR who presented on the topic of child abuse and neglect. And by the time she was done with her presentation about child abuse and neglect, most of the people that were attending this presentation were either crying or trying very hard not to cry, including me. But the next day, I remember telling him about what I had heard in that presentation, and I said, we have to do something. We have to do something to help.
We thought we'd explore being foster parents. And we went through all the training, and I'll never forget the day sitting at our kitchen table with Missy Pickens. And she said, well, I have this little boy. He's 5 years old, but we need permanent placement. So we're not looking for foster care. And Patrick came into our lives, and we met him at Krebs Park at a DHHR type foster family party. And he was sitting in a swing, and he knew he was going to meet us, and he was very scared. And Pam and I are petrified. It's like, what if he doesn't like us? And then he spent a couple of weekends with us when we did a little outings, and he spent an overnight with us just to get to know each other.
The phone rings, we get the call, we've said yes, and then in retrospect, we couldn't imagine life any other way.
So we talked about it and said, okay, we'll be foster parents. And then it morphed into, let's adopt one. And let's foster a couple more. Well, they need homes too. But it was always school-age kids.
Finally, we started to accept infant children into our home. We didn't originally want or intend that, but when the opioid and the drug epidemic crisis really started to rear its ugly head in West Virginia, we said, if you need our help that way, sure.
So if you have someone in one of the most developmental or formative years of their life, their first year of life, it can set them on a good path.
There's just no substitute for a loving home, whether it's for a short season of time for that child or whether it's for the lifetime for that child. In terms of the unique needs of the kids, there's so many different people and professionals, and certainly the different foster and adoption agency personnel.
And there's so many good resources with people. I mean, you have family, you have friends, you have, quite honestly, your workers that work with you, that really work with you and help you through the struggles.
You have a child in front of you, and you need to put those pieces together and make it work. And you know what? Most people, us included, despite our fears, rise to the occasion.
You have to use that laughter to get by the, I'm not going to make it through the day, because you will.
Can we afford it? Do we have time? Will they fit? Can we make this work with our jobs? What are we going to do about childcare? All of those things were a lot scarier when we thought about them than when we actually needed those things, because there were solutions out there, some of which were much simpler than I would have anticipated.
It's really easy to blame parents that have their children taken away, but they don't not love those children. They just don't know how to, because they're drug impaired, alcohol impaired, mental illness impaired. There's so many dynamics that until you walk in their shoes, you can't judge.
And it doesn't have to be awkward. And in fact, you can be an incredible role model for those people. Maybe
you can say, okay, I'm going to take your child for a little while. Get better. The court's going to give you a chance to get better.
There are families that are in trouble. When families are in trouble, children are at risk. We are not going to be a better and healthier society and community if we don't help our families and we don't help our kids.
Take care of the kids, because if you don't take care of the children, the rest of the stuff is a waste of time.
And because of my children, these children, even the children that are no longer residing in my home because they went back to their birth families, because of all of them, I am a different and better human being, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.